Well, this really is Friday. Yesterday I called Thursday Friday. I guess I was running rush the week because my son's coming in to visit for the weekend. Nevertheless, and his wife, by the way. But today I want to give you a short story. It's from Luke 19, and it's a short story. 10 simple points. Oh, it's a short story. It's about Zacchaeus. I heard a story about a bank president that disappeared with most of the bank's funds. When the detective was investigating, he talked to the director of the bank and he said, well, was the bank president tall or short? And the bank president, who had absconded with the funds, the director said he was both tall and short. Here we are. Jesus is passing through Jericho. In verse 2, we see the sinner. His name is Zacchaeus. He's a tax collector. And with that position often came corruption. But we're all sinners. We all fall short of the glory of God. Zacchaeus was no exception. Verse 3, he was searching. He came to try to see Jesus, and because of his small stature, he could not see Jesus over the crowd. So we have a sinner searching, and then we see the scurrying, verse 4. He ran and climbed a tree, and there he tried to see Jesus from the tree. It was a sycamore tree. Then we see the Savior. Jesus, as he passed by, looked up, saw Zacchaeus and said, come down, I need to stay at your house. And then we see the surrender, verse 6. He hurried down and received him gladly. Received him gladly. There's a lot of those that were grumbling, saying, what kind of company is Jesus keeping with a tax collector? But we see what kind of person he was keeping company with, because Jesus sees the heart. He already knew what Zacchaeus was going to do. We see the submission in verse 8. He said, I'll give half of my possessions to the poor, and if I've defrauded anybody with my tax collecting, I'll give back 4 times what I defrauded them of. And then we see the saved, verse 9. Today salvation has come to this house, Jesus said to Zacchaeus. And finally, verse 10, we see the seeking and saving, because that's what Jesus said he came to do, to seek and save that which was lost. I told you it was a short story. Zacchaeus was a wee little man. A wee little man was he. We all know the story. We all know the song. But he was a sinner, searching, scurrying. The Savior saw him, knew his heart before he ever came to him. He surrendered. He came into full submission to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He was saved. And Jesus said, that's what I came for. I came to seek and save. It's a wonderful short story. God bless you. That's your thought for the day.